It's always hard to, look at the counterfactual of what would have happened if they had gone to court. But I think what you're hearing now is a far different tone than what you heard when the FTC shut down its investigation in Google and had very much sort of a light touch antitrust mentality. Here, what you're seeing is a greater bipartisan concern about the power of these dataopolies and how do we rein them in.
And so you think that this has more teeth than what we've seen from the FTC in the past?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you look at when they closed the investigation in Google, that was possibly the weakest recourse they could have chosen. They asked for voluntary commitments by Google. They didn't even use the ordinary consent decree mechanism that's typical in these matters. And flat out, they told the public originally, oh, there wasn't really any evidence of wrongdoing. And then when it came out through the Wall Street Journal, the internal memoranda by the legal staff that pointed out evidence of anti-competitive intent and behavior that was later picked up by the Europeans, that created really the groundswell of the progressive antitrust movement that you're seeing today.
Gene, we see the stock down 1.25%. I mean, I guess the good news for investors is that this is kind of a deal that's finalized. You see what the monetary punishment's going to be. It clears them of any additional privacy violations from the time period from 2012 through now. But you do see the stock down. You think that's more a reflection of this deal or an idea that the Department of Justice is still looking at all of these big tech companies and that this deal with the FTC doesn't necessarily clear Google or clear Facebook from any potential problems that they'd be dealing with the Department of Justice?
Becky, it's the latter. It's the going forward. The news today about the settlement, the only real incremental piece is that Zuckerberg now has some personal potential liability around the privacy, but that is insignificant. So I think that the movement in Facebook shares today is all about what the Federal Trade Commission is going to do around better governance around some of these companies. And
DOJ.
I want to take a quick step back and just kind of anchor the conversation in two areas that they govern by. One is practices ultimately anti-competitive, and the second is the consumer better off. And that balance, I think, what that means for typical investors is that it's going to take a long time for this to sort out. And I just want to kind of caution people that the resolution is many months away.